VidLii's is a video sharing website that was first released under the name Clipbits in December of 2015. The site was created by a German teenager named Yannick Uhl, and I probably just butchered his last name. The site was almost called VidLii. There are also only 2 surviving images that I could find of Clipbits because barely anyone used it. For the first design, Yann took inspiration from sites that already existed in the late 2000s, while making it look like its own. Not much is known about the functionality of the UI because so little people used it, and the website itself is not archived. The second layout is a near carbon copy of the second ever YouTube homepage user interface from 2005. There YouTube started. Again, nobody really used it. Clipbits didn't really last that long. Around March of 2016, Yann completely redesigned the site and gave it this design. The image shown is from August 2016, and he redesigned the site and also rebranded it, giving it a new logo, a brighter color scheme, and calling it VidBit. The design was almost used for the entirety of VidBit, but it wasn't original. The design was a direct ripoff of YouTube from 2009, as shown here. Towards the end of VidBit's lifespan, VidLii recreated YouTube's video player skin from around the time period, which was a beloved part of the UI. This is being included because of the nearly daily featured video that would show up in a box on the side of the screen, as shown here, where you could watch the video without having to switch pages. Users loved this feature and the video player. The header itself was praised for how it looked and functions, so when it was removed from VidLii, users tried to recreate it. In late October 2016, the site shut down after Yann sold it to a company for an undisclosed amount of money. In early June 2017, he brought back VidBit due to popular demand with this layout, which is what VidBit looked like before anyone started using it. The design was directly stolen from YouTube's 2006 layout, as shown here. This UI had a really long featured video box and generally wasn't popular among users. The buttons were really buggy when zoomed in on, and it had a lot of problems. Just after a few days of VidBit being back up, the company that bought it out threatened to sue Yann unless he shut down the site or completely rebranded it. So he rebranded it to VidLii. In August of 2017, the site had its so far final major user interface or design change, switching to an early version of what it is now. Over time, it was fully developed into what it is in the present. This is shown here. As you can tell, the design is very similar to what VidBit looked like in 2016, however, all the little icons were remastered and redrawn so they weren't directly stealing from YouTube and were higher quality. The header is also much different, borrowing from YouTube in 2017 but rounding and recoloring it. It has the same bright yellow upload button also. Now, the page is very customizable. There is a retractable section that allows you to add and remove modules such as channel statistics, the featured video box, and the rest. There is also virtually no bugs or glitches anymore, so rarely does anyone have any complaints about the user interface. There's also a themes page, which allows nearly full customization with every detail of the page. Users can publicly submit their themes for everyone to use, adding to the already customizable homepage. The reason why many people don't like it is because it seems outdated or old. However, it is purposely doing this to prey on users' old nostalgia from 2000s era YouTube. The site is definitely more skeuomorphic than other sites like YouTube and Dailymotion, the 2 largest video sharing websites. This is an older trend where everything looks more detailed and or realistic. It only has this title because of its use in gradients on nearly everything. The site is also pretty small and semi-unmoderated, so the community can scare off others and generally spread negativity around the internet even when it's not intended. Those who enjoy this site are usually very happy, however, and have little to no complaints about the user interface. According to Yann himself, another user interface overhaul is coming very soon and plans to add a more modern layout. There will still be an option to switch back. This is expected to come out very soon. That's all about VidLii's user interface. Please give me an A+.